Okay, so for number 3, it says find all the asymptotes of the function f of x equals 8x squared minus 9 over x squared plus 1. Okay, well, there's only 3 types of asymptotes we can even talk about. Those are vertical, horizontal, or oblique. Okay, so either vertical, horizontal, or oblique. These are the only 3 that we could possibly talk about, and so let's talk about each of these individually. Okay, to get a vertical asymptote here for a rational function, which is represented as p of x over q of x, in this case. So to find the vertical asymptotes, we set q of x equal to 0, which is the denominator, and then we solve. So if I have x squared plus 1 equals 0, and I solve this, I get x squared is equal to negative 1. So that means that x is equal to plus or minus I, which is an imaginary unit because I take the square root of negative 1. So that tells me right then and there that if I'm getting imaginary units for vertical asymptotes, there would be no vertical asymptote in the real number system, so we can just label this as none. So there will be no vertical asymptote for this rational function. So that leaves the other 2, horizontal or oblique, and you can't have both at the same time. You either get one or the other, so we need to look at the degrees, okay? So the degree of my numerator is 2, the degree of my denominator is 2, therefore they are equal. So if they are equal, then that means I will have a horizontal asymptote and I will not have an oblique. So how do I get the horizontal asymptote? Well, since they are equal in degree, I take the coefficients, quotient, and I would get y is equal to 8 divided by 1, or just y is equal to 8 would be considered a horizontal asymptote. So I've got vertical, none, 1 horizontal at y equals 8, no oblique. So just to check it out, I've got it all set for us down here. So we take this function and the line y equals 8, we actually get a really cool graph. When I put it on the graph here, you can see that there is no vertical, right? It has this cool little dip down here. No vertical, but there is a horizontal at y equals 8.